have learnt about India, the land of contrast, isn't it? It means it has got different types of areas, the landforms, like it has got mountains, it has got plains, it has got plateaus, valleys, then desert, so many things, isn't it? So it is called as land of contrast. Now let us see here. India divided into 7 physical divisions. So you can see the physical divisions here. So it is the northern mountains, you can see Himalayan range is there in blue color. You can see the northern place here. This is northern plains and this is Deccan plateau. Okay, and this is Indian desert, great desert, or what we call it as Thar desert, Rajasthan and Gujarat. And then the western Ghats, you can see this green color, western Ghats, and this green color is called as eastern Ghats. So like that it is divided into the northern mountains, the North Indian plain, you can see here, the peninsular plateau, down it comes, the central highland, then great Indian desert, you can see that, and then the coastal regions, islands. So because of all these reasons, India is called as the land of contrast. Next, already in the previous class you have learned about the northern mountains. See how it is this Himalayan mountain ranges. Mountain ranges means you understood? Many mountains joined together. Okay, it is a cluster of mountains. Then you call it as the mountain ranges. So this is the northern mountain which is covered with snow. Can you see the snow? That is why, so during summer and all, when it melts, what happens? This goes to form the rivers. So like that you have learned about the Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra and all those rivers are flowing through this, which is making the land fertile. So you can grow more and more crops. And this is the northern plains. It's a plain area, flat land. So what happens? There also fertility will be more. That is why the crops are grown here, isn't it? So now let me continue. And this is a great Indian desert or Thar desert, which is present especially, which is extending from Rajasthan to Gujarat. So it is a big desert wherein you don't see vegetation at all here. Why? Because of the scarcity of water. As the scarcity of water is there, you can see only the desert, no vegetation, no plants. And the plants which grows here will be different. So this is about the peninsula. So peninsula means what? One part will be land and the 3 parts will be covered with water. That is called as peninsula. So you can see here definition, a piece of land mostly surrounded by water. Example, the Arabian Peninsula. To the west you can see the Arabian Peninsula. Next. So this is the Deccan Plateau in the center. Going to the south you can see the Deccan Plateau, how it is, you see, plateau. There will be a raised land and again there will be slopes, but it will not be like the mountain ranges. So that much peak will not be there, that much sharpness will not be there. Understood? This is about the Deccan Plateau. Then the coastal plains, especially the sea areas, you can see the oceans, the coastal plains. So coastal areas and where there is a land, you can see the plains, coastal plains it is called. Beach. Then you can see this Lakshadweep, a peninsula, you can see Lakshadweep. Okay. So what happens? You see land and the remaining parts will be covered with water. So Lakshadweep, you can see that. Island, it is an island covered with water throughout. So this is under sea, you can see under sea how it looks, under the sea. You see the coral reef, can you see the coral reef? Turtles, fish, all fish will not be seen down. Most of them will be on the surface and there are some fish only which goes down here. Okay. So this is turtle you can see and these are all coral reefs. So now let us continue with the class here. The Great Indian Desert. The Great Indian Desert or Thar Desert, already you have seen that Thar Desert, as it is popularly known, covers part of Rajasthan and Gujarat. So this Thar Desert is covering Rajasthan and Gujarat. A desert is a barren land. Barren land means there is no vegetation at all. There is no crops growing there because of the scarcity of water. So it looks barren. Means no fertility of the soil. So a desert is a barren land that has acute shortage of water and hence extremely less or no vegetation at all. So thus there is no water, you don't find any growth of plants there. Vegetation means plants because of loss of water. Then this makes it difficult for humans or animals to survive. So animals and humans cannot survive in the desert regions because of the scarcity of water. Now the climate is very hot. How is the climate in the desert area? It will be very hot and dry during summers. During summer it is very dry, and cool during winters. During winter what happens? The climatic conditions will be very cool. But in summer it is too hot. We really cannot stand at all. But in winter it is very cool. The area receives very less or no rainfall at all. No rainfall at all in the desert areas. Deserts are identified by vast areas of land covered with sand and sand dunes. So full area, if you see the desert, no, it is completely covered with sand. And sand dunes means what? Heaps of sand in some places. Due to the blow of wind, what happens? The sand, because it is so loosely packed, isn't it? The sand will be carried and they will be dumped in different places. Like that, it forms a mountain like. It is forming like a mountain, that is called as sand dunes. Now let us see the peninsular plateau. A plateau is an elevated land, means a raised land. Elevated land means a raised land that is flat on the top. Plateau is flat on the top. But in mountain, the top will be in the form of a sharp pointed edge. Okay. So a plateau is an elevated land that is flat on top. Its shape resembles that of a table, and so it is often referred to as tableland. You have seen the tables now in the classrooms. So how it is? It will be flat. It will not be having the sharp end. So it will be flat. So the plateau also looks like the table which you find in your houses or in the classrooms. So what happened? It is also referred to as a tableland. A plateau is also referred as tableland. A peninsula is a piece of land that is covered with water on three sides. If you look closely at the map of India, you will notice that it has the Arabian Sea towards the west, the Bay of Bengal towards the east, and the Indian Ocean towards the south. Thus, if we look at it, India is a peninsula. So one side you are seeing land and other three sides fully covered with oceans, covered with water. The peninsular southern part of India is a plateau. Southern part of India is plateau. It is called the Deccan Plateau. The land here is rocky and uneven. Means the land here is rocky, means full of big stones, very big stones it is, rocks. And uneven. Uneven means it is not a flat area. You can see ups and downs. That is called, it is uneven. Many rivers flow through this region, such as the Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Mahanadi, etc. So all these are the rivers which flow on the Deccan Plateau. Which are those? Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. So we are getting water from Kaveri, isn't it? We Bangaloreans. So Kaveri is also flowing through this Deccan Plateau. Mahanadi, etc. However, these are fed by the rain as against the rivers that originate in the Himalayas. So however, they are getting the rain not only from the Himalaya, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yamuna and all. When the snow melts, what happens? The rivers will get water and they will flow, isn't it? So this is not like that. Here what happens? The water is filled with the help of the rainfall. All these rivers are getting water from rainfall, not by the snow melting. Because this is found in the southern part. Okay. Now this area is not as fertile as the plains. In plains what happens? The flat land. So when there is a flat land, when the rain pours and all, what happens? There will be more formation of minerals. There will be more absorption of minerals. So what happens? Plants can grow very well. But here what happens? It is not to that extent. See, this area is not as fertile as the plains. Plateaus will not have fertile soil. Okay. Why? Because here what is happening? It is depending upon the rainfall. So what happens? It will not be holding all the minerals which is required for the growth of plants. So to the west of the Deccan Plateau lie the Western Ghats. To the west what happens? Western Ghats are there. While to its east there is Eastern Ghats. East part is right side will be Eastern Ghats, and left side will be Western Ghats. These mountain ranges are not as high as the Himalayas. They also have the mountain ranges, but that is not as high as the Himalayas. Himalayas, you know, in the world itself it has got highest peaks. No? But here the mountain ranges are not to the level of the Himalayas. Now coming to coastal plains. So you can see the coastal plain, how it is. You can see the coastal area, beach you can see, and then water you can see there. So coastal plains, as we have studied before, coast is a place where the land meets the sea. The land is meeting the sea. Can you see here? The land is meeting the sea. So this is called as the coast. To the east of India lies the Bay of Bengal. To the right side is Bay of Bengal. Between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal lies a strip of flat land. So there is a strip of flat land. This forms the eastern coastal plain. Understood? So where it is? See, between the Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats is to the right side, isn't it? Right side of the plateau is the Eastern Ghats. And the Bay of Bengal lies, between the Bay of Bengal and Eastern Ghats lies a strip of flat land. There is a flat land, like plain it is. So this forms the eastern coastal plains. Similarly, towards the west of India lies the Arabian Sea. That side, right side is Bay of Bengal, left side is Arabian Sea. The narrow stretch of lowland between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea form the western coastal plains. So in between the Western Ghats and Arabian Sea is the western coastal plains, and in the east, what happens? Between the Bay of Bengal, you can see what? The Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal, you can see the eastern coastal plains. So the temperature in the coastal plains is moderate, means not very hot, not very cold. See, that is neither too hot nor cold. So in the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, that means in the coastal areas, you don't find too hot nor too cold weather. Coming to the islands. An island is a piece of land surrounded by water on all sides. On all sides you find water. India has two groups of islands. The Lakshadweep, already have seen one Lakshadweep image, isn't it? So the Lakshadweep island in the Arabian Sea and the Andaman and Nicobar islands in the Bay of Bengal. So to the east you see Andaman and Nicobar, and to the west you see the Lakshadweep islands. So the Lakshadweep islands are famous for their coral reefs. Already I have seen. See, this is called as the coral reef. I said no, underground water. So this is called as the coral reefs. So the Lakshadweep islands are famous for their coral reefs. You know, you would have heard of Howdah. In Kannada they say Howdah. So all this you get from the coral reefs. The Howdah is nothing but it's a coral which you get from the coral reefs. So the Andaman and Nicobar islands consist of 572 small islands. So Andaman and Nicobar, see, it is an island. In that again there are so many small islands. How many are there? 572 small islands are present in the Andaman and Nicobar island. So totally we call that as Andaman Nicobar, but because it is consisting of 572 smaller islands. The climate on islands is also moderate. That means it is not very hot nor very cold. So that's about the land of contrast which we find in India. So let me stop it here, children. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.